Hi everybody, welcome to this final round score booster bonus video for Expert Division Tranquil Gardens 18 hole cup here on the channel. Timestamps for the holes featured in the video description down below. In the meantime, please give me a thumb up if you don't mind, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Both of those things are free and help me out an awful lot here on YouTube. No time for me to cover all 18 holes unfortunately, but in the time I had available, I've got a selection of holes here which I believe are very good chances for drops, and we've got all the adjustments for you here and some tweaks and suggestions if needed as well. Remember to tweak according to your club's balls and play style, as well as the all-important wind angle tweaks. But we've got a good amount of holes here. Hopefully they'll help you do well in the final round. Here we go. Tough par 3 here, and quite a nasty wind angle. We're going to play an NMT shot here, so don't touch your target until it's time to adjust. We're adding spin first. 1.3 backspin, 2.1 left spin. Now I know those spins are weird, but using NMT it simplifies the aim, and there's no real references otherwise to aim here on this cliff hole. So that's why I'm using the weird spin amounts. Adjust 1 to 1, so whatever the wind is, those are your number of rings. So 8.2 in wind, we adjust 8.2 in rings. And we go just before circle drop over power just to counteract the headwind here. This is a very tough hole, especially in this wind angle, but you're going to have a very good chance here with this setup. Bouncing comfortably, second bounce on the fringe, and we drop, just glancing the pin for the hole in one. In this crosswind angle, this aggressive line to green will absolutely need wind strength and wind angle tweaks, so be sure to build some in before you play live. Apoc 5 and 6, yellow ring touching the rough there at the top of plus 22. Then we are adding spin, 5.8 top spin and 2 right spin, but you will need to vary the top spin depending on your wind angle. Otherwise, if you get more tailwind angle than this, you might miss the rough and then roll either out of bounds or the rough at the back of the green. So there is fair warning on this shot. It will need wind angle and wind strength tweaks. Max plus 10, power 10 numbers, adjusting down the cliff, so pull as accurately as you can. Full overpower, it is going to be a shaky needle, so play at your own risk with this one, depending if it suits your play style or not. I would think that minor greats are fine, but as you can see, I'm very close to the rough there, so suggestion would be maybe to go with 5.5 top spin instead. But all being well, you'll be putting for your eagle. Here's a top spin boost shot that will suit a wide variety of golf balls. You've got to have power 6 plus, wind resistance 6, and top spin boost 6 plus, so it could be anything above that as well. With the extra mile 9, half of the red ring inside the rough on the right at P6 max rest, max top spin and 3 bars of top spin boost, and 1 bar of left spin. Adjust max plus 0, power 6 numbers. Once you have done that, if you have Apoc 7 or 8, you can switch to that club. It will give you more accuracy and a slightly slower needle, but it is fairly slow anyway. Full overpower, I hit a great left, and even with the extra mile 9, it is perfectly safe. Great right is also safe as well. Top spin boost is going to take us down beautifully. We're going to roll onto the green, and you will be putting for your albatross. You could even try and tweak it for a condor if you so wish. On this par 4, start with the quarterback, P6 max rest, white ring touching the rough on the right, then you swap to your Apoc bag. 5.8 top spin, 3 bars side spin to the right, then it's time to adjust maximum distance with 0 elevation. In this particular wind angle, I'm all right, I land before the bunker. If you're worried about the proximity of that, then you could back up a couple of yards with your quarterback. If you're worried about having slightly more tailwind, then that would be my suggestion, just to safeguard from any other wind angles or wind variance or a dodgy pull. But anyway, max plus 0, full overpower, 2 1/4 ball curl to the right. It's a nice slow needle. Perfect ball away. You'll see the first bounce now. I think it's all right, but you might want to safeguard it if you wish. We're getting a good roll out down the slope here. Drive distance is going to be around 370 yards. BRPC on the notepad stands for bottom red pin check. So move the bottom of the red ring to the pin and look at your plus yards displayed. It was plus 2 for me, so that is going to inform our slider percentage. This is a no spin shot, so just set up with the ball guide You could see there just over a green square through the hole. I've also got the yellow ring touching the fringe where it meets the fairway. So you've got a few references there, but it's no spin, so plenty of time to do your check. +2 on the check is going to be 62% slider, 5% elevation, and we pull this one over the bullseye. Centre the ball and time to hit perfect, and this will bounce exactly where we aim on the fringe and roll nicely in for the eagle. On this par 3, we're going to set up using the blue ring on our sniper, and it's going to be touching the bunker on the left and also the beginning of the fringe where it meets the fairway up on the top. So have the blue ring touching the points there, both points at the same time. We're going to add a 5.6 backspin and 1.2 left spin. Weird spin amounts, but they are working in this wind angle. You can see there with the spin added. The ball guide is offset approximately 2.5 green squares left of the hole because the wind is coming in from left to right. Once we have set up the shot here, we're going to adjust mid-distance 20% elevation. Mid plus 20, don't worry about adjusting into the bunker, it's not going to affect the shot. For me there, that is 9.2 rings. If you've got sniper 9, you are going to use sniper 10 numbers. Centering the ball and hitting perfect and subject to any wind angle tweaks that you will of course need to build in during tournament play, you're going to have a good chance for a hole-in-one. Bouncing very comfortably, the spin grabs, and we're dropping it right at the pin. Level crosswind here, going to actually play with the extra mile 9 for those that don't have a load of topspin on their APOC. Red ring touching the rough on the left at the top of +5. We're adding max topspin with extra mile 9 and 2 bars of right spin. Adjust max +0. Now, in higher winds, this adjust will take you down off the edge of the cliff, so you might need to investigate a push up here or play with a wind 8 ball instead. But if you're staying on the rough with your bullseye, you're going to be fine. Full overpower, it's going to have a slight shake on it here. There are other ways to drive the green on this hole. You could investigate a power 10 ball or play with Thor's hammer or big topper, but we're going full blast, hitting perfect, and this will roll very nicely towards the green. You're going to have an Endbringer school wedge. You play at 15% elevation. Grizzly shot here. This is no move target on this par 3, and we're going to go with 2.5 backspin and 2 bars of side spin to the right. So no move target, just load the hole accordingly. You'll see the ball guide offset there that I'm looking for as well if you want a secondary reference. Tough to adjust here because the rings are very small. You can't zoom in much, so try and be as accurate as you can. In the video I go mid +20 power 6 numbers. It is under adjusted, so I would recommend you play power 8 numbers instead, just to give you an extra bit of adjust, and you should drop this one. You'll see in the video here we take a very unfortunate 180 and out, so a little bit more on the adjust. It's going to be absolutely fine. We just catch the left edge and we do a bit of a 180 and out, but the P8 numbers should get you in. On this par 3 we're going to play a rough bump because this crosswind is the best wind angle for it. We are adding 2.1 backspin with our sniper, and we're going to set up with the inner ring touching the rough where it meets the fairway, and the tip of the ball guide there, you'll see it's all outside the cup. The right edge of the ball guide is outside the left edge of the cup. So pause the video, take a screenshot and refer back to this when you're playing the shot in this wind angle. The adjustment here is mid +0. Use sniper 10 numbers regardless of your level of sniper, and we're going to use power 8 settings in our wind app, so make sure you do that as well. So mid +0, power 8, great left and great right, going to be absolutely fine. Level crosswind, so you shouldn't have any issues in missing the rough or going into the bunker. You can see there's plenty of room, and we're dropping this beautifully for the hole-in-one. This par 5 is all about securing the eagle. This is an NMT shot with the extra mile 9 and a berserker. Max top spin and 1 right spin. You've got to have extra mile level 9 though, otherwise you won't have enough top spin. So max top, 1 right. Once you've done that, if you want to switch to APOC 7 or 8, you can do, give you more accuracy, but you don't have to do that. Adjustment here is maximum distance, 10%. Elevation, maximum distance 10% elevation, and we are going to leave the target where it is to have a nice slow max overpower needle, and we're playing without a wall curl to the right. Good chance of hitting perfect. Don't need to push it much harder than this because we've got a very nice Guardian shot to get you close to the pin for your eagle putt, maybe an albatross if you're lucky. Topspin giving us a nice roll out there, approaching that shaded area of the shadow. Drive distance around 450. Second shot, we add spin first. I'm going here with 7 backspin and 2 right spin, stretching out and having the bullseye in the middle of the fairway. I'm going to give myself room for a great left and a great right. This is all about getting to green easily for the eagle. Adjustment here is going to be max 0, so max distance, no elevation. We're going to stay with power 10 numbers because that matches the ball that we're using. And again, like the drive, once we've adjusted, we're not going to push up because I'm going to go with full overpower instead. It's going to give me a slow needle. And then you play with it. Here I go with 1 ball and a bit, about 1.25 balls of right curl. You don't have to use that much curl, but if you've got it, you can use it. It will get you a bit closer to the pin. If you are uncomfortable using that, then you can dial it back. You will have a longer putt. Alternatively, you could tweak the setup and maybe drop the albatross using the Guardian. But either way, easy putt for the eagle. I'm going to go with a Titan here, and again, I'm looking at a cheap and easy eagle on this par 5. APOC 5 and 6 at the top of +10, red ring touching the rough on the left. Adding spin, and that is going to be using the Titan, of course, because we're going to use that ball. We're going with, you can see here, 5 top spin and 1.5 left spin. If you've got APOC 4, you'll be at P6 max rest with 20% of the red ring overlapping the rough on the left because you've got different distance and different accuracy. I push rings here because otherwise those trees are in the way if you're going to pull them in the normal fashion. It's max +15. I go 4 rings at a time when I push because I don't use grid lines. I use the take shot button. Made our adjustment there, and it is then time to take our shot. Centre ball hit, no overpower, no curl. And the wind angle, along with the spin that we use here, is going to push the ball very nicely up to the top of the fairway. We've got a bit of a slope, so you won't go too long, and you want to park up just before the tree shadow. Second shot, we're using the Guardian, and we're going to go at max distance and add spin. We're going with 8 backspin and 2 left spin, and you can see there where I'm setting up bullseye on the fairway, a little bit of a gap between the edge of the yellow ring and the rough, just to give myself a great left and a great right. And you can see that second bounce just short of that light patch in between the 2 areas of tree shadow on the green. But the primary thing here is just get there safely. Don't do what I did and try and pull your rings because that cliff messes up your camera view. Just go and push them directly here. There's not many rings to push. Max -10. We are just uphill to a higher point, so don't worry about having to push up at all here. We're going to gain some distance because we're aiming to a higher point. You can add more curl if you wish. I played another attempt, which I didn't record, with 3/4 ball curl to the left. Got me closer to the pin. Choice is yours if you want to attack for the albatross, but either way, it's a cheap eagle here on this long par 5. Thanks very much for watching this video here on the channel. If it has helped you in any way, please consider sharing it amongst your friends and clanmates in the game. Join us also on Facebook. Head over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join our free group. Loads of members there sharing shots. Free guides are posted, as well as loads of other great Golf Clash resources. So check us out there. You can join in the discussion and also leave feedback on the game in general. Finally, if you wish to help support the channel and keep the content free for everybody, please consider becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the video description down below. Good luck, see you soon, bye for now.